Here we go. Looking at the whole world searching, but I got mine. Hey, what's up, though? Listen, man. So, first off, I'm author Pierre Sylvester Porter, and this is Thing of Ours Publications, Sweetest Taboo. Listen, I've been trying to talk to y'all, man, for four and a half years now about my run, about my travels, about my journey, about everything I went through to get here. And I'm to like my fifth book now coming up here very soon. And the thing that I discovered that really struck my heart the most of everything that I went through, all the travels and things that I went through to have the opportunity to do this, was that the story get told. You know what I mean? I'd have had book release party. I'd have had participated in festivals, podcasts, but nobody ever really gave me an opportunity to tell the story the way I wanted to tell the story. Let them know the story. I created the story, so I want the story to be told. So I said, sometimes you have to find a way to do it yourself. So I said, well, shit, we got a lot of social media platforms, whatnot, and a few people tapped in from a conversation I had on the podcast with my brother Juice on the Beef Factory. Shout out to him too, 313 Beef Factory. That was real solid. I appreciate you. You and Bird Ill with Petty Pop TV. That was live too. Them brothers showed me the platform on YouTube and everything. Well, I would have never knew nothing about it, you know. It's been a process, and it ain't been no easy process. I lost a lot of people along the way. I made a lot of friends along the way. But I wanted to just tell y'all about that. But the primary thing is the story, the Sweetest Taboo. So let me get started with that. I'm gonna start off with my character excerpts and profiles, which is gonna like introduce the characters first for y'all. So let me just start right here. Say, Louis Page was a former mid-level crack cocaine dealer on the mean streets of Detroit, back when everybody wasn't invited. It cost him dearly, and Louis took a hard fall. Now in his 20th year of a 22-year sentence for second-degree murder, the demise gave him perspective to move on, minus the only life he had ever known. Lou recreated himself an author of urban novels and linked with his loyal Lisa as the hands of Taboo put her peaceful life in turmoil. Lisa seemingly found love she'd never known, and Louis Page, his new dreams began to take shape until the tumultuous turmoil began and he was forced to decide who he was with. The family tried it true, his only daughter, the princess of his heart, Cherise, or Lisa, the brewing love interest who held him down and made his legal dreams come true. Next up was LJ, which is short for Louis Jr. He grew up minus his street hustling father living in the trenches of Detroit. But in the midst of the love and nurturing family, who steered him clear of the chaos life entangles before a youngster's heart, LJ accordingly seemingly made it out. He joined the Marines and took a step in the right direction. Unconditional love found him and Tanya, the over-the-top the over-the-top vixen, sassy wrapped in hip-hop. Tanya was what the hood called a snow gang from around the ways of West Virginia, you dig. Tanya's spear didn't match the racist vibes, the kind that sent her packing to remove her spear from the blatant racism that forbade her from being herself at home with her friends and family. Tanya's efforts to find a place and space where she rightly fit in led her to the Marine Corps. There, cordial jesters entwined Tanya with LJ, and an inseparable bond was formed. The cravings of Tanya's soul clung to LJ, and in their taboo love, the couple created a child. Life candidly disagreed, and from one household to another, the blatant racism reared its ugliness in a landslide of taboo. Marquise Damani was the fly rising star alongside his brother from another mother, Wood, the two ambitious gangsters deep in the dope game. Marquise Damani's Uncle Rio was a street boss of all bosses, and his influence supplied endless cocaine and heroin led the incomparable Pierre to the top. Western Michigan's drug trade was at their feet, but Marquise had a longing brewing in his heart for destiny, the picture-perfect configurations of a woman he planned to one day make his wife. His taboo flaw? The soulmate of his being was also the younger sister of the brutally violent shooter and his partner in crime, Wood. The obvious desires of destruction. Last up, and on the crucial cleanup, Rio de Janeiro. The war-tested old-school gangster and savvy kingpin who commanded much of Michigan's drug trade. Law enforcement and rival dealers all fell short to dethrone the king. Only fate sent the double cross of a craven he kept hush for his first cousin, Shasha. The erotic relations ran a course from the corrupt love she already was bonded to in the shady marriage to Calvin. Calvin bore the characteristics of a dastardly, despicable nigga and not a husband. Time turned the tables in the seat that led to unsavory sexcapades that burned their desires, despite the many obstacles defining its taboo. How will it all play out? Do their enemy desires trump taboo? Or will it crush the bonds that argue with its necessity for the individual happiness to exist? Tempers flare and emotions dictate their own timetables, bringing an unpredictable path, each follow in search of the sweetest taboo. Now tell me that ain't fire. I know y'all like that, but dig, I got something else for you though. I took a minute and went back through and read the story. So now what I put together for y'all was a couple slick scenes that I think y'all might enjoy. So Uncle Luke gonna hit y'all with a story, you dig what I'm saying?